Okay, so now I will ask Julien from LIBERTRIP to take over. And unfortunately, if you want to be on the screen, you have to stand in front of everyone.
Okay, hi, I'm Julien. I'm the founder of the co-founder and the CEO of LIBERTRIP. We make a website that makes trip planning as easy as a Lego game. When you plan your next vacation, you have in front of two choices. You can plan on your own, or you can pay someone to do it for you. When you plan on your own, you spend a lot of time on Google on looking on the right information. When you let someone to do it, it's more expensive, and you give away some kind of liberty. There is a lot of people planning on their own, mostly not only for the expensive part, but also for looking a unique experience. We noticed that a lot of people traveling on their own way use Google Maps as the main tool for planning their vacation. They put some point in the map, and sometimes they share it to friends. Those 20 million travelers represent 850 potential market. This map inspired a lot to buy the minimum viable product. So which is called libertrip.com. You can plan your trip with a fully interactive timeline, perfectly connected to a map. You can add anything, any location in the world to your timeline. You can resize it, move it, change the transportation, add annotation, and it's really interactive. Once done, you can share it to your friends to get some likes or comments. It's really easy. We also provide some suggestions to help people to optimize their trip based on our database, because we learn from other trips already in our database. Here is where we are going to make money. Every steps will be a kind of store with attractions, transportation, hotels, and will be a kind of store when we can resume the trip planning. The online travel ecosystem is really busy, and we think we found the open door to enter this industry is in the planning area. Our mission is to masterize this area, and then to cover the 6 phases of the online traveler, to provide a unique experience from planning to sharing. That's it for me. If you have any question, it will be a pleasure to answer it.
Okay, why don't we start with Marine this time, go the other way. I'll put 7 minutes up.
I understood that you try to cover the whole cycle of building a trip,
yep.
And that some competitors are positioned on some of the experiences around the cycle, but not on the whole cycle. But I don't get really how can a traveler can build all his trip in your application? He can find all the information. Is it just a way of changing an old notebook on a web app, or is it a place he can find information and really build a trip as you can find information in forums, in guidebooks, on?
For now, it's just now some tool to get visual, to get your trip very visual, and to improve sharing. We plan to connect some data source from Lonely Planet, for example, or TripAdvisor, to provide content in every location you see on the timeline. So we'll find information.
So you don't provide content at the moment? You don't
Not now. Not now.
I had the same question as Marine. To me, it was very unclear because, that seemed like a graphical gimmick that doesn't really add a lot of value. What adds value is content, information, trying to, understand what it really means to go from this dot to this dot, because it's not, sometimes what looks really close on the map is actually quite complicated. And by the way, why wouldn't you stop there on the way? And so, the content is what makes it rich, and I don't think the tool in itself
I totally agree with you.
So,
this is our minimal viable product. It's just to cover the one using Google Maps to point the trip and to share it. This software was released in July, so it's very, very soon. And we're working on the content and the suggestion algorithm to provide good suggestion. For example, for your trip, if you should go by car, by train, by plane, we learn from other people to provide you the key information.
I saw a company that was trying to do something like that. So they were trying to give a tool for people to show the trip they had made, so not planning, but to show very easily and upload photos and comments and blah, blah, blah. And that was sort of, their starting point was sharing the trip after it was made, hoping that it would gather enough data that then they would, that would make it useful for people planning afterwards. I mean, it's a difficult strategy, but at least the attempt to get unique and valuable and usable content was there.
Is it working? Some kind of consideration. I see your product as an aggregation of cool services and features, but I don't really see the differentiation. And you're in a very crowded space, so I don't exactly see how you could create a huge volume, and I believe a huge volume is what is necessary to get this business break even. I believe you have an affiliation kind of business model, so the volume will be key.
At the start, yes. Yeah. At the start, yes, it's affiliation, but since we know where our people are going, we can add some other services from any travel sources.
So I have doubt on your differentiation side, and I'm interested to understand what do you have in your roadmap, if you have any differentiation in the future.
Yeah, for now we focus on the visual aspect of the tool, and we think it will be really different from other tools. It will be the suggestion. As I already said, it will be the content we provide at the right time to the right people to improve the vacation. So it can be a tool for now for sharing trip you already made. This is the main value today of the tool, but tomorrow the value will be to become the same software as agency use in their own agency, but directly in the hand of the end user. So it will be very powerful.
Google's been buying a lot of companies in that space.
Yeah,
and content they got, so expect tough competition at some point.
Yes.
I have no real question, just two remarks. First one is, clearly the space is overcrowded. Second, for the timing, it seems like your business is a feature company, and really what you need to do is to thicken what's is available to the end user, because being purely based on affiliation in this business will be very, very, very tough.
Thank you.
So I'm sure by now you understand that your product is really, really less than an MVP. But let's say you have a nice product in 3-6 months. What kind of use cases do you want to build in, say, 5-7 years? What's the big vision? Do you want to reinvent trip? Do you want to change behaviors, or what's the vision behind it?
The vision of the company is to make this to make trip planning as very easy. For example, if I can do an analogy with Spotify, there is some playlist on Spotify. I can pick one playlist and just listen it. My idea is we'll be able to share some template of trips that will be very shareable, like a file, Excel file you transfer today. You're using that software. We want to make really visual and to be transportable. We are not building a product, we're building a kind of file to be shared.
Actually, that's a little bit in the same field. Are you a big traveler yourself, and what was your problems when you were planning your trip?
I was a big traveler since I have just have a little children 2 months ago, so I'm not traveling anymore.
So you won't be able to test.
Really soon, not this year. I will wait a lot. My issue is I spend too much time doing the preparation job, and I'm really disappointed that everyone is doing the same preparation job. I spend 30 hours, but if you do the same location, the same trip in Thailand, you will spend 30 hours also. Maybe we can share and we can capitalize on this information. So this is my big issue.
So the use case, yes, because I had the same question. The use case is when you are in your country and you're thinking about planning a trip to see whether other people have already planned the same trip to Thailand, to any country, and give ideas. And
it's quite balanced. I want to see what everyone sees, to not miss anything, but I want also something unique. So this is strange because I want the trip that all people do, but customized on my own taste. In fact, I want tailored vacancies, but I can't afford it, so I plan on my own.
It's a very competitive, challenging and competitive area.
Yeah.
And what makes your team the right team and unique to carry out this project?
Okay. Within the management team, I'm the tech guy, and Claire, she's the content guy. So content is on the way, just few weeks to wait. So the management team is there, and we have two awesome engineers. One is very good at front-end development, and one is very good at back-end development. So the core team is in place, the management team is in place, so now we are 4. It's enough to prove that our product, to prove the market fit of our product. That's it. Thank you.